Our goal was to establish a company that solves hard problems, that takes care of its employees and supports its community.
And so at Intuitive, we are a network of individuals with one common goal, which is to tackle the hard problems together.
No matter how hard it is. If they have something they need done, we're going to figure out a solution for it.
We're just getting started. Well, what I enjoy the most about the company is the model has stayed the same. What's important to us as a company, our values, is still what's important 25 years later. So, yes, we've grown, we've expanded a lot, doing a lot more technical and harder things than we did probably back then, but in the general things remain the same as far as what's important to us, employees, our ethics and our core values as a company, and then our communities that we live in. We figure if we do that well, then everything else falls into place. We focus on, and we tell our folks, go back to the root of why you do something. And if you do something for the right reason and you make the right decision, that's always going to work out. So that's what we try to do with our customers, help them find the best solution, and ultimately that all works out.
I'm employee number 3, right behind the two owners of the company. And now we're, I think, up to almost 600 people. You know, initially there was only a few of us and we kept growing, and you know, it felt very much like a small family.
They keep growing, but they continue to be small. It's a family environment. The employees come first. And it's a kind of a concept of, you know, if you take care of your employees, if you treat everyone as family, they're going to take care of the customer.
With Intuitive turning 25, I'm turning 25 too. So I feel very close to the growth that the company has had. Something I will say, when I was a student hire here and I was still in school, I had 6 or 7 classes, which means I had 6 or 7 exams that I had to take throughout the year. And so whenever I got around to exam time, somehow my team leads always knew they were teaching me how to be balanced before I even could be unbalanced. And as I've grown in my career and been able to kind of take on more, I understand some of those basic principles that were taught to me while I was a student hire, and just remembering what I can tackle and how I can be my best self and kind of show up in those situations.
I have stayed so long because the people that I worked with really became more like a family to me. The leadership of the company, they don't just care about productivity and the bottom line. They really care about people.
I had a meeting with Virginia. About 2 weeks later, I got an email from her, and she wanted to check in and find out if my son found out if he got into Auburn. And that was a very small part of a conversation that she had remembered. That's a very important thing in our life right now, my son going to college. The fact that she took so much of an interest in that, and out of having 500 and something employees, to send an email directly to me to ask me if my son had gotten in, that meant a lot to me.
I've been here almost 9 years now with Intuitive, and even though we've gotten bigger, the culture hasn't changed. My previous company, I was with them for just under 10 years, and we changed names, I think 5 times while I worked for them, because somebody else would buy us out, somebody else would buy you out, somebody else would buy you out. Intuitive has stayed the same.
Good morning. Morning. Oh, supposed to look
Hi,
at you.
there you go. How are you? Let me get
Just fine. How are you this morning?
good. I'm doing great. Can't complain. Yeah.
Where's that microphone?
Just to take a shot of my bald spot.
Yeah, there you go. You got to look toward the future, and you have to adapt, and you have to change. Now, I think you want to keep the basic principles, right, of looking out for each other, looking out for your community, doing the right thing, doing what's ethical, do what you would expect others to do for you. That's all real important. You don't want to stray from that, but you know, there's things that may need changing, and you know, feel free to do that, guys. Just because that's the way we've done it for 25 years doesn't mean that's the way you need to do it for the next 25. But don't lose your principle. So
People are motivated. They want to do good things, great things. Take the challenge. solve hard problems. They're involved in the community. You know, we have younger generation coming in on doing things that sometimes I don't understand at this level. So they're moving forward.
Yeah.
And we have created, I believe, we have created a legacy.
Seeing where Intuitive has come from and how we've grown, I feel like we are very innovative and we're always looking into the future.
There's so many opportunities for our company, and just seeing the growth of it and the new offices that are opening up are exciting.
We love the legacy we built over the last 25 years, but for us, we're just getting started. We see a bright future ahead of us for the next 25 years.
I know as far as we're concerned, we are just getting started. There's a lot more to be done.
It's not just about who you are, behind these four walls in this company, but it's also who you are outside of these four walls. We're not just solving the hard problems here, but we want to solve them in our community as well. We want to give back. We want to provide resources. We want to allow individuals to kind of reach the potential that they have as well when they don't necessarily have the resources to do so. I would say that leaving a legacy is something that's very important, and being a part of one, I think, is extremely important. And what I've been able to see in my 4 years here is that the legacy that Hal and Ray started still lives.